Ladies and Germans, how are you all doing? This is Colin Ulrich.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And we are here showcasing some more new Steel Division second wave material coming out for you guys. That's right, today we're going to bring you a 3v3. It's a close quarters game, which, Rang, I'm going to let you explain what that means, but who do we have playing today? And for that matter, where are we?
Well, we are on Cote 112, or Hill 112, I believe. As you can notice, there's a hill in the middle of the map. That's really the whole centerpiece. And so, on the left-hand side, in blue, we have Brady, 1491, as the 2nd Infantry Division, No Gravitas, as the 4th Armor Division, and Yoda, 1975, as the 2nd French Armored Division. On the right-hand side, playing as the Axes, we have Dr. KGB as the 16 Luftwaffles, Nate Dogg as the 9th Armored, and notices your... I didn't read...
Bulge. Notices your bulge.
Notices your bulge. Oh crap, he knows. And that is the 12th SS Panzer Division.
Well, if he plays the 12th SS, you know he's got a big set of brass ones right there. But
Alright.
But no, actually, I'm super excited, and I'm pretty sure you are too. We have a lot of new divisions on this match, don't we?
Yeah, we got 3 of the 4 new divisions in this, so we're pretty much encompassing quite a lot of new gameplay features, and also we got the close combat mode, the brand new game mode being showcased in this update.
Yeah, what is that exactly? Do tell.
Well, as you can see, you deploy very close to the enemy. Pretty much there's a 600-meter gap, I'd say, between you and the enemy right at the start. Yeah, that's really it. The only other major difference is you can buy infantry without transports during the deployment phase, which is pretty useful if you just want to get some panzer grenadiers without having to spend an arm and a leg on a half-track. It definitely helps out in the initial phase, as it allows you to get AT guns into good positions and you're not completely worried about the initial rush to get to the forest and important sectors. But it's pretty fun. There's definitely a few tweaks I think it could make of it, but it's a really awesome game mode and it works well with this game in general.
Sounds like a good plan there. So already, I'm going to tell the viewers out there, I know you and I talked about this beforehand, that it's going to be a little hard at being 100% matching up division to a division, but it does look like we have 2 armored and 1 infantry division on either side. Do you think that the divisions being selected, do they play well off each other? Do you think that the selection makes sense? Like, what do you see there?
Yeah, well, we got the 2nd Infantry going hill, which makes a lot of sense, and 16 Luftwaffe going hill, so both infantry divisions going to be fighting over that CQC place, and we are seeing a few French tanks, so here we go. While the tank divisions are going to be playing more on the flanks, where it's open, where they can use big stompers to roam around and blow stuff up.
It definitely sounds like it should be a good match, although I am seeing already, I think, yeah, no gravitas, but that 4th Armored is setting up against Nate Dogg. And I don't know, I might be wrong with this, but it looks like Nate Dogg's going to have a hard time early on. We already have a 57 mil out there, as well as those big kitties in the background with an M20 command car.
Exactly, and looking at Nate Dogg's loadout, he has 3 of those Panzer IIs being brought out, which is an interesting choice as they're not that fast, they're not really... Oh, yeah, also the Lukes, my bad. He's playing my bad, I thought he was playing Trophy Test. Well, the Panzer II Lukes are fast. They're pretty decent. The problem is you have to get kind of close to be able to kill anything. And that's the problem. Against Hellcats, they can pen a Hellcat once they get close. It's just getting in close, because once a Hellcat gets in a good position, it has a rather nasty gun that you have to fight against. But, no, it just seems if he can penetrate through, destroy that 180 gun on the southern side, and just try to break out in the open all over the place, and not try to get choked up in a certain spot, it may work rather well for him.
Sounds good so far for Nate Dogg. Actually, I'm happy you mentioned him. There's already been some great innovation coming on out from various players. I know, Rang, you and I had a stream with PLK this past week. And there was a lot of great feedback on it. Thank you guys to everyone who showed on out for that. It was a great time. Long 3 hours, but a really, really great opportunity. But already with some review videos that have been going on up, I know Nate Dogg actually reached out to me and said to me that basically the way I was playing the 16th Luftwaffe was completely crap, which, you know, it hurt me a little bit, but then he brought up a great idea. I mean, the Luftwaffe, as you might be able to kind of guess already, are not very let's say, talented troops. They're kind of the beat
That's
down,
one way
run
to put
down
it.
dregs of what survives the German army. But more than that, they have really kind of lousy anti-tank. They have great anti-air. I mean, in the form of the Flak 88s and so on and so forth. But I'm really starting to drone here. But the point being is that Nate Dogg already is an excellent player, kind of showcasing what is going well with this game. There's a lot of new innovation, a lot of great stuff, and just forget what I'm saying here, because now it looks like we're getting started, aren't we?
Yep, and we got the rush for the hill here from Brady getting the AT gun and all those Ranger guys to fight against the Luftwaffes, and those French tanks slowly making their way up.
Definitely sounds like it already. Now the question is, again, at least for me, how well can this 4th Armored Hellcats just deflect this initial rush from Nate Dogg?
Well, yeah, we got 2 of them, which is good, and just as long as he stays at range, preferably on the hill, he can get these Luxes rather easily, and these Luxes need to be on the move right now. There.
But these Luxes are like, it's Death Starring these things. I wasn't even thinking this would be the play for them, but oh my god.
Yeah, but now they're going to be started in the Hellcats and all bundled in together, and if you have the Luxes and you got the position and you just want to keep moving, keep on attacking, try to make a deep breakthrough behind enemy lines, because you cannot stand to fight a open ground engagement such as this. They can't even shoot at the Hellcats because they're so far away.
That is certainly true. Now, immediately we are going to see some firepower being lofted up onto the top of this hillside here. And actually, a Bofors is kind of beaten down on top of those Luftwaffe forces in the center part of the game. Wow.
Well, alright. Well, we got 2v3 now, but
I sincerely doubt the Axis are going to give in for this, though, anyway. Forget that.
no. I mean, yeah, he was... Wait, what was it?
I'm hoping that was a DC just by internet issues. I sincerely doubt he left by
No, that doesn't
intention.
seem to be the case, because he still has a pretty good force. That definitely wasn't a retake, unless he lost to Firefly, but I highly doubt it. But probably just a DC, you know how connection can be sometimes.
Nope, there's looks like a couple of artillery flares down there. Nothing really affecting him overall.
Yeah.
But this is going to go and put a lot more pressure onto our other 2 players. Our Dr. KGB and Nate Dogg are going to have to really step it up. Because it's not easy depending on the AI to do your fighting for you, now do they?
Yeah, it's true. The AI isn't the greatest. So I had a few matches where when I got an AI player, it's definitely been a beneficial compared to the human player who was playing before. But you are correct. It's really going to put more pressure on him. I'd say for Dr. KGB, if he can control that hill, that'd definitely help relieve some of the tension up north.
Yeah, and already it doesn't look like it's going to be too easy with that. We are going to see those Fusiliers and his, well, Luftwaffe Jaegers are coming under intense indirect fire. And looks like a couple of light vehicles are going down as well. Those Marauders getting some kills already. Not liking this too much.
Yeah, those Rangers are pretty well vetted compared to your Jaegers, so in an open ground engagement, they're pretty much buggered.
Now, it's kind of funny to me to see that Nate Dogg's troops are all practically on top of each other. That's 500 tickets of stuff right literally within probably, what, 1 artillery strike?
Yeah, it's just really quite surprising how, like, passive he's been with these Luxes. I'm guessing... I know, Gravitas, he could just park his stuff up a little bit forward. He outranges the AT gun, as you can see. He can outrange all these Panzers by like 400 meters. So why isn't he not, moving up, just picking them off?
True.
True. Seems to be a bit of a misplay here.
We are going to see a couple of Grenadiers, P-Grants for that matter, coming on forward, trying to push back the lower part of this battle space. Probably a good idea. Maybe there's just 1 squad of rifles down there, and as good as some of the 4th Armored Rifles can be, the P-Grants are much better in my mind. I don't know about you.
I'd much rather have 2 MG42s and 2 Brown and automatic rifles. Such. Same with Bren guns.
True.
They're not really machine guns.
Now, if you had the Vickers K, would you be still be singing the same tune or no?
Okay, yeah, you got me. If it was a Vickers K, I'd definitely stay. Especially if they were with, those Commando support troops. They're pretty good, I heard.
Indeed they are. Now, the Hill 112 in the middle part of the map here seems to be going further and further blue, and we're getting this storage in and out pretty consistently. Of course, again, this is the AI, so I don't think a whole lot of really good... I don't know. I don't even know how to call it, but I don't think that things are going to go particularly well between Notices Your Bulges AI replacement here, and Dr. KGB, this big stab already happening between the northern and the central part of the German lines.
Yeah, you also got to realize, for Yoda up north, well, he's pushing rather well out is because he's playing as the French Armour Division, and French Armoured versus Trophy S during A phase.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not going to go too well for the AI for Notice Your Boat. Well, in the middle, Dr. KGB, I know he's doing rather well considering. I mean, it's just, he needs to use his artillery to suppress the range of supports. Once he can do that, he'd be good to go.
An opportunity there is, hmm?
Oh.
I don't know. I saw Yoda and I just had to go for it from there.
Yep.
We are going to see... Wait a second. This M8? Okay, so there's a... What the heck was that? Oh, no, it's the command car with the track's broken, isn't it?
Up north?
No, South Central. Looking actually right at the 4th Armored Troops.
Oh, yeah.
So by the Hellcats there. First of all, actually we have a Martyr on the field. And there goes that M8. And I believe that we'll probably see a couple more kills happening in just a second here. ME-109 coming in, ground run, forcing back that Hellcat a little bit further. So now this is an opportunity to rush on in.
Oh, yeah, we go. And those Luxes, they're good at rushing, man.
That's
80
definitely
kilometers
true.
off-road. That is, that's pretty fast. That's Speed McCreen.
Indeed. I am a little concerned because there's still one more Hellcat. Oh no, he gets taken out as well.
Yeah.
So, oh my, here comes a rupture in the southern part of the American lines, Allied lines, excuse me.
Yeah, mortar is definitely what they needed because killing that one Hellcat, that's only going to be one more Hellcat in A phase, and he's fallen back right now. Yeah, mortar does have the veterancy bonus compared to the Hellcat 2, so yeah, that's
what he sees. He's going to kill.
Yeah,
he's fired 4 rounds and got, what, 3 kills? Yeah, he fired 4 rounds and got 3 kills. The Hellcat, M8, and M20. Not a bad set of shots there.
And look at these Luxes. Once they crest over this hill, that's a lot of nice target trim to fire. They can also shoot out AT gun on top of the hill if it decides to shoot back. So,
well, that's of course if he sees it, there's a problem.
Kill.
If he sees it, the big problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably not going to see it unless it shoots. Rich is
well, this is other 57 mil to the south of that. Trying to get some nice shots over here onto that Martyr. If he hits it, that's a... Yep, there we go.
Oh!
So he pays with his life, but at the same time, I kind of feel like even with that loss, the Germans still come out ahead. By quite a bit, in fact, I would suggest.
A little bit, yeah. It's going to be down to whether Nate Dogg has another mortar 3 up his sleeve. You can get 2 in A phase, put 1 per card, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to want out to keep out Hellcat array. You know, it seems like the Hellcat doesn't want to play ball.
Well, cats don't play with balls. But we are going to see, actually, Crichton Abrams is coming on in, though. So at least we know now that no Gravitas definitely does have a little bit of Gravitas here. He is calling in the big guns. He's afraid of these Lukes.
Exactly. I mean, Abrams is a pretty good tank, considering. I'm talking about the M4 here, not the actual Abrams. Mm-hmm. It's a 2-star Sherman, essentially.
Indeed.
Third Armored only gets a single-star or no-star Sherman during A phase, so having a veterancy makes a huge deal, especially when only fighting Panzer II. That's child's play in terms of targets.
But at the same time, would you really want to go and waste? Maybe waste is the wrong term. Would you want to go and utilize? What's it? 150 tickets for him? I kind of forget already.
130 for the Abrams.
Well, for specifically for his tank, yeah. But is that really the best usage of your army activation points?
Yeah. For a 2-star Abrams in A phase, that's a pretty big deal, I'd say, because a lot of German decks have a hard time penning a 10 armor tank in A phase as they're equipped with a lot of Pack 38, only a 10 AP. The only things that can effectively pen you are Pack 43s, flak guns, the Firefly, and the bloody Stargate of Fate, and yeah, not too common for most German A phase players.
So those Lukes are really paying for themselves here. They just caused a 2-squad surrender in the middle part of the map. Yep. And the Germans were in a rough position, but now looking rather lovely there.
Yeah, we got Nate Dogg calling in those ME-109s once again.
Going after those Bantams, so if you're a Rooster, you're not going to be Crone. Both of those going on down.
Good kills. I'm really thinking these Panzer IIs, if he were to rush them up the hill, he could pretty much shut down entire American forces. There's not really much AT yet to stop him, just a single 57 mil, and it's not even facing the right way.
That's true, and actually, isn't he on hold fire as well? Am I wrong here?
The one on the northern side of the hill. He's not even in the forest. He's down the hill actually in the open, where it seems a bit silly.
Oh, jeez. At the same time, I mean, we are going to see artillery fire from, oh my gosh, who is that over there? Dr. KGB. So,
Yep.
the Russian surgeon himself dropping rounds down on top of the American troops and coming in behind with Fusiliers. And I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing Luftwaffe pioneers on the front lines here either. Of course,
Yeah.
without their Gebote-Ladungs, their firepower is a little bit mitigated. Of course, that Flak 36 doing work, taking out, what was it, the M7, M8?
7DD. M7DD.
Thank you. Just in the back there, so already doing some good work.
And it's in a good position. Anything that comes up at hill is just going to get picked away by the flat gun, and heck, if a plane tries to fly over, I don't think it's going to work too well.
Does not look like it. Now those Lukes are coming back in with another kind of slashing attack. And of course, they're only picking up and picking on these 30s, and actually we're into Phase B now, so... I don't know, I might be wrong here, but I think this might be where the Germans gain a little bit more momentum.
Yep, the Dr. KGB is now getting 150 points a tick, and now would be the time for him to buy all the airplanes that he can, because once he gets to sea phase, he only goes back to 100. So really now is the time to put the metal to the battle, or gear in the rear, and try to take that town, or try to take the hill, I should say.
Now, are you sure he doesn't want to buy all those French tanks and send them screaming towards the front lines at that thunderously fast 15 kilometers an hour?
I don't know, Khan. They'd probably only get there till sea phase, so... But at the same time, you can pretty much buy all of them in one tick.
Exactly.
Because they're so cheap. You might be onto something here.
Exactly, and then some for that matter.
Yeah.
Now, I am concerned about the way this infantry assault is bogged down, and forgive us, folks, if we're really kind of ignoring the northern flank. I don't want to see someone just beat up on a computer player.
Yeah, and also it is a 3v3, and as you can see, it's pretty chaotic. It's kind of hard to cover absolutely everything.
Wait, I think we're going to see a
We're gonna
Focke-Wulf
miss
getting
stuff.
taken down by ground fire. Dear God, he's going to trailing smoke like crazy. He's going to get out. Never mind, he gets out just barely. Wow.
Amazing, the
Brave.
plane's still flying. It should be Swiss cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Flying for the wrong Air Force then. But
Yep.
no. So actually, you know, maybe we do have an opportunity. It looks like things down that forest have kind of slowed down a little bit. And well, with these Luftwaffe Jaegers, anything that's got to come on in is going to get roasted and toasted. There we go. That's a Faust going on through that
Oh,
Faust
wow.
Patron.
Killed the there's a Messerschmitt run. He managed to kill a Hellcat with just rockets. That's pretty good.
Whoa, really? Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa! Down to the south again?
Near the Abrams.
Ah, I see that burning husk. Dear God! But now it looks like someone's going for vengeance, and he gets it. So that P-38 Lightning takes out that plucky 109. Kind of sad when I think about it.
Yeah. And now doing strafing runs because there's absolutely no area for the southern side for the Germans.
Okay, by the way, let's go watch the center. Watch the hillside. We have a xylophone. It looks like it's going to play some beautiful music here.
Oh,
And with
there
all
we
this
go.
clumped up infantry, this is going to be devastating.
Listen to the music of our people. Boom, 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 boom. Jesus. That is an infantry clump if I've seen one.
Exactly. And that's what's kind of weird for me. The Luftwaffe, you know, you think they'd be a little more mobile here, but no, it's trench warfare right in the middle part of this battle space.
Yeah, I mean, they got the trench tanks too to boot, but even if that much infantry, it's a better idea to have them in the open, not spread out, you know, having them all in cover, not spread out.
Sounds
in the open,
about...
spread
Oh, no,
out,
French tanks are all up in the north.
Oh, is there some up north too?
Yes, actually, remember, Yoda's up in the north. Yoda's playing against the 12th SS for the most part.
The proper the American French tanks, yeah. Oh yeah, we got two types of French in this. It's gonna be rather confusing.
Exactly. We had the fake French, and then the real French, I guess. I'm not sure how that would work out, but it does, some way.
Yeah.
And again, still in the bottom, we just continue to see the entirety of the 9th Panzer is just lagered in one little clearing, which continues to be so surprising for me.
Yeah, I mean, they got the Mortar 3, it definitely gives him good defensive range, but I don't know, these Panzer 2s, I feel like they should be, you know, doing more slashing attacks, doing more crazy charges. He's very conservative with them. It's not going terribly bad, because they're still alive in B phase, which is pretty damn good. But I feel like he could have, you know...
There goes the martyr.
Oh, wait, no, that's not good. But I feel like he could have done something else with it, like attack uphill, use... you know, be mobile up north. Because the nice thing on this map is because you've got the hills and the different elevations, you can be kind of sneaky attacking around certain flanks.
Indeed, indeed. And we're actually getting more and more kitties coming on in as well. So here's where the P2 start to get picked on off. There's one down already, two down already. With just a BEF kind of hanging on out to give some veterancy, and one more last looks. Come down with the WC52. Kind of a weird way to be spending your last moments of life, but
backing off.
Well, he's running out of good looks. Oh dear God! In the meantime, Xylophone again playing more beautiful music, firing his last volley over here to pin down. Looks like the Flak 36 and that Vierkanone 288. Just, yeah, not doing very well here. But Fuck Wolf coming on in, rockets away. Is he going to take it out? No.
No. Oh, damn, that kind of ran off the mark here. I think, I mean, that was right off the mark. I'm thinking because the Xylophone was just behind the hill, it couldn't actually get a direct shot.
Indeed. Now,
Yeah,
I think another Hellcat might have gone down as well. I mean, there's another ME-109 coming on in. And I don't see two Hellcats anymore, do you?
No, there's only a run. No, there's two. There's one by the Abrams.
Okay, one's falling back, alright. And I don't know... No, I think the P-38 Lightning was forced away by ground fire. Alright. Alright.
Oh, there's a third Hellcat down south too now. So
well, yes, we are in Phase B after all, so it's just going to be a giant mess. Like, ew, actually, this middle part of the battlefield is disgusting. I can't even look at this. It's so hard to follow.
It's just... It is trench warfare, essentially, Khan. It's just back and forth. I mean, it's kind of hard for the Luftwaffe division, because they don't really have any tanks to help break through, essentially. They all have to, you know, have to be focused in these forests, which gets just xylophone, because they're also clumped up. And the infantry don't have the morale or veterancy to really make any good pushes either.
That's true. That's true. We're seeing one or two Fuhreros kind of hanging on out, but it takes a whole village to raise a Fuhrer or two, and I don't know if they can really manage to do that by themselves.
Yeah, thinking for Dr. KGB, maybe a few J-188 carpet bombers would do some effect here. Try to clear the way for the infantry to move through. I mean, that bomb and run just on the rifles is definitely going to help things out, and maybe now he can make a breakthrough and capture the hill.
Well, as it is, you don't see a whole lot really standing in front of him, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah. I mean, you got the DD, the Sherman got picked off here by, I believe, the 88, or... Not the 88.
The xylophone does go down, and that one actually had all the munitions on the back of its truck, so good rocket run there, at least.
Yeah, damn good kill. Yeah, those xylophones are really the scary pieces that you have to worry about on that hill.
Definitely feels like it. Now, we are going to see a couple of P4s coming down to the south. Nothing really too much to write home about. In the north, I do want to call out... There's a couple of Abusiers coming on in. Those M7s are going to just pound that poor AI back to the Stone Age.
The AI's holding pretty well, considering.
That is true.
I mean, he hasn't lost that much ground. Really, that middle part of the hill between him and .KGB could definitely have some troops. Yeah, that's really why the Allies are getting at the moment, but... I mean, he's just kind of stationed in his town. I mean, Mr. Dr. Robotnik, Mr. AI dude, he's not doing too bad.
Do computers have bulges?
That's a good question, Khan. This is what they said at Arsenal Robot. Not about human feelings or emotions, but can a robot have a bulge?
Well, we do know that
Wasn't
they
there a
might
whole
dream of
battle
electric
about bulges?
sheep. What's that?
Wasn't there a whole battle all about bulges or something?
That's true, that's true. I'm pretty sure we're not in the Ardennes right now, though, are we? But getting back to the match going on here, we just see the consistent ME-109 rocket attacks going against different portions of the Allied line. It's not doing a whole lot. But it looks like a call-out now. Brady saying, guys, you have to push back. There's this entire area that's been pounded to pieces. You gotta go here.
I think he's scared of the French tank, to be honest. That's why he's putting down the marker.
He means the French tank's coming out of the 16th? If so, then I completely agree with you.
Yeah, he's as fearful of these machine guns of the Panzer 730s stopping his entire force.
And oh my god, I shouldn't even realize we did, in fact, see a couple of them on the map. Dear god.
Yeah, they're still alive, man. They're still barely ticking.
Shockingly enough for me, I think the Sicherungs staying as competitive as those tanks is probably what's funnier still for me.
Mm-hmm.
But alright, another rocket attack, another pin down, and again, for some reason, the Germans are still able to continue pushing forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's just these airplanes and the artillery from Luftwaffe is doing a great job pinning down the second infantry. Unfortunately, he's fighting against second infantry. It's all soft targets, and Luftwaffe division does a pretty good job against soft targets.
It definitely seems like that. It looks kind of more like it's almost like a Gettysburg kind of little round top thing we got going on here. We got the orchard in front, we have a Devil's Den kind of rocky area just to the south of that. And just this overwhelmed, tired, pinned down German army just getting pounded and somehow still not giving up.
I'm guessing in this scenario, the Germans are the Confederates.
Oh, no, they're the good guys. They're the Union.
Okay. Plot twist.
Indeed. So, okay, look at actually up to the north, we have this big infantry push going on, but the AI just does not want to give in. It's just Verbal-Wind, it's on the front lines, gunning down French infantry like crazy.
God, the Crod treadmill is just going absolute ham. And they're in a good position.
Oh, geez, this Panzer IV is actually in a brilliant spot, taking out a Sherman and now putting fire supporting over here into this infantry attack.
Wow, that's pretty... Yeah, the AI's not doing too bad, just as long as he holds and doesn't completely falter. I mean, that's good enough for an AI.
True.
Considering.
True.
I don't want to know just the amount of artillery that Dr. KGB has on the field. He has all of these ZIS-3 guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the ZIS-3s, and they're just pounding away at the second infantry artillery pieces. Those howitzers are hardly getting a shot off. And that's exactly how you need to counter the second infantry. Because they got a crap ton of artillery. If you can out-artillery them, you're pretty much good to go. Because that's really second infantry's major gimmick once you get into the later stages.
Actually, you know what I do like a lot is that even though the 9th Panzer has lost a good chunk of their tank force, they are fighting with very much a German kind of tactical doctrine. They're putting anti-tank guns forward, they're covering the advance with other tanks, and then the AT guns move in behind to another good position, and they just start pounding away at the enemy vehicles. It's really, really great for me to see that.
I like the Pak 40s. Maybe he could split them up a little bit, have one in the southern forest, but... Well, he actually has one in the southern forest, never mind. Pak 40s are damn good calling, as they can keep those Hellcats at bay, they're nice and stealthy, and not too expensive. Considering that in B phase, he doesn't really have many units, or C phase now, but in B phase, you don't have many units that have that 1.2 kilometer range, which you need to effectively fight Hellcats.
Definitely feels like a correct idea there. Now, it's amusing to me, okay, so... You see that turn gun on message right there?
Okay, yeah.
It was a kind of sad, but still funny for me. There was, first of all, like, a Panzer just in front of it, as well as the Stug... Ooh. We'll get to that xylophone barrage in just a second, but there was a Stug 3 that was side on to this M1.
I mean, even now, he can just pop out Stug 3. If he loses the M1, that doesn't matter. Killing that Stug is all that really matters in the end of the day, as my Xbox controller dies. There we go.
You use Xbox controllers, good sir.
Yeah.
But alright, in the meantime, we are going to see like a xylophone, a reloaded xylophone, throws down about, what, 6 rockets and does a good job taking out one of the flak guns. And now it looks like those 105s, I'm sorry, I always think 25-pounders. But the M2A1s in the background there are starting to pound the hillside. And going to make life completely hell.
And that's a lot of 105 pounds, Jesus. And I think it's just going to become an artillery war on this hill, back and forth between the ZIS-3s and the American 105s.
Now, who wins that kind of duel?
Who can shoot, who has more artillery guns, essentially.
Yeah, that sounds like a fair way.
It's just who has more DACA. You know, it seems like Dr. KGB is going to be running it, because he's placing his fire on the enemy RT guns. And Brady has all his stuff very close together, while Dr. KGB has all of his artillery guns very spread out. Good positioning right there.
And that was a question I was going to ask you, is I know some players want to keep all their assets concentrated, but for artillery, at least for me, I always kind of feel like the best way to have artillery is to spread it out to multiple different battery positions.
Oh yeah, because you just get counter-batteried, as you see right here. Yes, it's convenient, because they're all in one nice concentrated area, and you don't have to worry about moving supply trucks all around. But as you see right here, you just want to have them spread out. You don't want all your artillery. You don't want all your eggs in one basket, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even if it's convenient, because you're just gonna get an omelette eventually.
Sounds accurate. And the same thing can be said actually for the French in the north. The Busiers are nice and close to the front lines, and frankly, if there's been any kind of airstrike in that area, something would have to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are going to see another Me-109 rocket run. Where are these guys going after this time? They're looking to go after that poor innocent little M7.
And doesn't get killed. Force says fall back though, so giving them a little bit of time. And the Luftwaffe, I mean, he hasn't got any of the crazy big planes out. He's just been using these Focke-Wulf and Me-109s for the rocket runs, but they've been helping out quite immensely, keeping these tanks and infantry units at bay.
But is that going to be enough to kind of keep your opponent pushed back? Is the question for me.
I mean, he's in the important parts of the hill where he can cover the entrance ray and, you know, get the choke point. It's just about keeping them back and really taking advantage of it. Because if you look at score right now, the Allies are in the lead by quite a bit. It's 50-50, but the Axis they need to get some ground, and right now.
May I give a quick call out? There's a M12 GMC to the western edge of the map, and I don't know why I'm always so impressed by that thing. But dear God, 4,000 meters of range is just insane.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy artillery unit. I mean, just looking at it.
Gabby's on the field.
Oh, here we go. Come on, Gabby.
Shoot him down.
You'd actually be surprised, Khan, but I watched a match where Gabby actually died.
You're kidding.
I'm not even joking.
Actually, oh my God, he's trailing smoke right now. He's definitely going down in this one.
No. Can he outrun the Focke-Wulfs?
Oh. Yes, he's down.
Why are you happy? I thought you liked Gab.
I do, but you know what? It feels very Lord of the Rings to me, you know? The Oliphants are charging through, Gebresi cannot be stopped, and it's like, bring it down, God help us! So there we go.
I am no man, I'm a Focke-Wulf.
Exactly. Exactly.
Lord of the Rings would be much more interesting if it was World War II based.
Oh God, yes.
Got him.
Oh yes, you know, have King Tigers be the Oliphants coming through.
Patton comes down the hill with his German tanks into the the German Panzer line. What? The second movie, the big battle, you know.
What, the two towers?
Yeah, it's, you know, the big battle in the choke point area.
Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep, yeah. Patton comes down on Helm's Deep. Sherman's at bay.
Oh no, it wouldn't be Sherman's. It'd have to be Stewart's. You know, who's a cruiser tank man.
Yeah, Stuart's and M8 Greyhound rushing down.
They'd have to take some kind of losses there. Come on.
Yep.
Getting back to real World War history here. First of all, we're having a desync from the score here. I'm not seeing that Germans gaining anything despite having a 51-49.
Because in closer combat, you have to have 52% or more to get a punch.
Aha! I didn't even pay attention to that. That's a good point. Thank you.
So if it's 51-49, it's still 0-0. I'm just a little bit more leniency.
I am just so hung up on the original style here. I have to kind of completely change my thinking. But the Germans are pushing through the center part of the map, albeit slowly, but they're pushing on through.
Yeah, but they have trope in it. They need to pretty much get a +2 point advantage to comfortably take it home. And
well, this really big concentration of infantry can get pushed back, and indeed, if they attack right now as the Germans, they can score about 3 or 4 surrenders pretty quickly.
But my problem is, so Luftwaffe dude, Dr. KGB, he can capture his hill, but he doesn't have the mobility to really do any crazy pushes. So I'm saying this whole match really hinges down to Nate Dogg, whether he can do an assault. If he was to maybe shore up a little bit down south and send some units up north to try to break through the hill concentration, or maybe if he can make a breakthrough happen down south, as you see right now, a bit of an engagement between Pandergrens and Pack 40s. But
I don't know. There are some upgun Shermans coming on in. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think South Thing's going to happen either, because there's just a lot of tanks. Got the M-Trove here. So maybe for Nate Dogg, if he was to refocus up north and try to run on the coattails of his Luftwaffe assault and just make the giant breakthrough, because damn, he could really do some good work, because there's not much here, just a single tank or two. Panzer II would be lovely on this hill right now, in all honesty.
The thing that's actually really amusing for me is that the rocket attacks have been so either they've been occasionally fantastic and then sometimes just inconsistent. That might be the best way to call it.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a sad state.
I think it's just because of how the targeting happens on the hill. 'Cause when you try to do a gun run on the hill and they're behind the hill, AI doesn't really catch that, so it just hits the top part. I know it's a bit. I think it's just due to the map. They don't do. Hills in this game are a little bit buggy. Just look at the rangefinder.
Well, it's kind of a ballistic nightmare, I will say that.
Oh, yeah.
And the Germans are threatening to get that 52. They really are. I don't know if I really like this Focke-Wulf making this bombing run, but he's going to get that ordnance away, I think. Did he?
Yeah. I mean, it's only a few 50
No, he
cows
didn't. He didn't get the ordnance
Oh,
off.
okay. But at least he survives. That's the important part.
That's true. That's true.
He doesn't have to worry about Gabby on his arse.
Screw that guy. Sorry, I'll tone back the venom there for a second. It's just, again, after you see all of the German aces and everything like that die like an instance, it's finally nice to see Gebreski die. He just seems to have such a charmed life.
Right, you get bored of seeing Michael Rittman get blown up all the time?
He is driving a 50-ton piece of German art, and he dies every single freaking time.
Art.
Should we have a notice, by the way, that despite the fact that the Germans have, that the Luftwaffe doesn't really take territory very well, they have 5 different areas of these artillery pieces going on now. They've taken out all the 25-pounders, well, the 105s. They're beaten up on these 107mm mortars, and I think they actually might be setting themselves up for a breakthrough right here in the center part of the map.
Yeah, I mean, he has real good defense, and the Luftwaffe is really good at defense. They've got the AA net, they've got the artillery, good AT guns, and of course, the planes. But the area is ripe for picking, this center part of the map. Except for maybe all the sermons coming out, but that's another story. It's just he has no mobile units to really take advantage of this. No real.
Oh no! Let's be fair. Fear the Faust Patron. Here it comes. Some guys go for that. Some guys go for Patron. No, we go for the Faust Patron here. So.
Oh yeah, because it's too easy using a Panzerfaust. We've got to make our life a bit harder using that Faust Patron.
No. They're like the anti-tank hipsters. Okay.
Yep. We're using disposable anti-tank guns before it was cool, but I do want to know...
Exactly.
I do want to know, we got the Flag Sea rolling on the field, oh boy. It kind of looks like a 3-leaf clover, the unit icon.
Yeah, I was going to make a call out about that, and honestly, the way that it looks in the first place, it just looks like such an awkward puppy.
It looks like it's to come out of 40k or something.
That's a better way to put it. That's definitely fair.
It's just, it's metal. Let's have 2 37mm guns on top of each other instead of one. And it's a good idea.
Is it metal or steampunk?
It could be both.
I suppose.
I could say it's both. I mean, I just realized it has 24 HE damage.
Yes, that's brilliant on that level.
Yeah, I mean, no allied plane is gonna penetrate into the center part of the map now. That's just fact. But once again, there's 7 minutes left. I don't think the Germans can make a breakthrough, Khan.
That's probably fair. Well, I mean, looking to the south, that's actually kind of amusing to me. All of these Shermans, all of these Hellcats, but, there's no way in heck any kind of German vehicle is going to be able to come across that open ground.
I mean, if there was a King Tiger, this is one of the few instances where a King Tiger would be super useful. Because a regular Tiger is just going to get shredded by all the 76mm guns available. And that's kind of the problem with the 9th Armoured, is you don't have any heavy... Well, you got the Panzers, but you don't have the Panthers, and the Panthers are just so useful as German heavy tanks.
I kind of wonder what would have happened had Notice Your Bulge still been on this map, because, he's got a couple... He had 2 Panthers up above. Looks like one has definitely bought it. But another one here, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with all by himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's also Notice Your Bulge does have a more mobile deck with, Panthers and Tigers, tanks, etc. So if he was in the match, maybe he would have been able to, shore up his northern side a bit. He probably wouldn't have had a good time in A phase still, but I think that's also another reason why the Germans kind of lost is, AI body kind of let let down to a little bit of ground. But I do want to note Brady over here with his Shermans. I think he's just trying to make something happen up north here. Got to make the breakthrough.
Yeah, but there's a flak 41 coming on over here, and I kind of wonder if he's going to try to go for that looking down the road viewpoint here.
Yeah, I mean, he has to go up the hill, so it's going to be a little bit risky, because he's going to be rather close range to the Shermans. He can definitely, and there's also the artillery, and if the artillery starts hitting those flak guns, well, goodbye flak.
True. True. But looks like we have one brave Rhino charging on forwards. Doesn't matter that he's endangered. This guy's gonna get messed up really badly here.
This is why they're endangered. They keep just rushing into enemy flak guns.
What does it say about their intelligence that they can't adapt to battlefield conditions here?
Exactly.
And, okay, who can fire first? It's gonna be the Rhino that fires first. Blows apart, and there, never mind, he's pinned down.
Yeah. I mean, the 50 cal, it's the make or break part of that. And, I know, attacking with a flak gun, usually not the best idea. And, damn, how did he bounce the Panther shot?
I have absolutely no idea, but I did see that there was a Jagdpanzer just to the north that was doing rather well until kind of Command M4A2s came up, and all these... Oh, there's so much tank. There's so much tank here.
That's a good way to describe its northern side.
And southern side, for that matter, but yet, strangely enough, still in the center part of the map, the Luftwaffe continues to take ground.
Slowly, but surely, it's just the massive Luftwaffejägers now just rolling on through. But once again, I don't think it's going to be enough time.
I think you're absolutely right on that one. Ah, what a shame it is.
I know, it's the same. It does suck when you do have a teammate drop out of a match. I always try to get a rematch immediately, even if you take the loss, because I know it's just losing that player can definitely hinder you quite a bit. But considering Nate Dogg and Dr. KGB have done pretty well defending their particular sectors, haven't made any major breakthroughs, but they managed to keep the stalemate, which is pretty good.
Very true. Very true. And that's with having a knife in their side the entire time here. That proboscis from the blue side kind of going on through. Thank you so much for that Jeep and the recon. Had they not had that, I can't help but wonder how different the score for this game might have been.
Yeah, I mean, the AI is really just focused on that one narrow choke point instead of covering a little bit down south. Too bad you can't have the auto AI around. That'd be a bit more useful. But yeah, that really hurt the Axis that match, because, like you said, yeah, knife, proboscis, however you bloody say it, was really the point of advantage for the Allies.
And for what's more, I'm actually kind of surprised that this Storch has been still on this map the entire time as well. He survived the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even...
Oh, wait, here comes a Hinkle. There's a 129 coming on in. He's got 13 rounds, my friend. It's 75mm cannon.
Oh, it's a B3 too. Oh, boy.
This could be absolutely amazing, or this could suck. And I think at this point, Nate Dogg just wants to kind of get... If he's going to die, he wants to go out and shoot.
Yeah, I might as well take as many sermons down with you.
Wait, he's going to Crichton. There's one.
Yes, Mr. Abrams.
There's two.
Can he get the hat trick?
Oh, no, he can't. He can't get it. He's not oriented right. Oh, man.
And the planes and the AA.
He's probably going to go down.
Yeah, he's going to go down. I mean, he went down in a blaze of glory. He paid himself off just barely. So...
It's a moment very reminiscent of the Patriot. Oh, look, fireworks. The poor guy just going all over the place there. Oh, no, but these P4s are charging on in. I don't know necessarily how intelligent this is, but...
I mean, it might as well as there's 2 minutes left.
Just 90 seconds to go, yeah.
You're just going to lose a bit of KD ratio.
And at this point, come on, you're playing for more than just that. Well, wow, was that the Tiger? No, that was the P4 going down. And that's the... Jeez.
Oh, Tiger's getting some good kills here, actually. Maybe underestimated it.
It's true. True, and again...
the Tiger does have the veteran sheet, I forgot.
Well, and again, without that stupid, blue territory being knifed through, this is actually easily a German win.
I mean... I don't know, it depends on how Boge and Yoda really would have engaged. In the middle and southern sections, it was, good stalemate. Real good fight between both players. Real crazy match. Really, Luftwaffe was managing to capture the hill. But either way, they couldn't really make a breakthrough on the southern side, except for now. And I'm thinking Nate Dogg should have been a bit more aggressive down south. Just looking in hindsight how well he's pushing with just a few tanks.
He brings in... Oh, okay. Oh, here comes the Junker now, at long last, with those basically J-Dam bombs coming on in. Yep. And he's looking for the artillery... Oh, thank you, God. Go after that artillery park for the longest time, but been great. He's going to get him off, too. I don't think he's going to get pushed back from this.
Is that free? Troves? Jesus, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, that was the thing, too. It just to tick me off so much. And here it comes, and he's going to completely miss.
Yeah.
But even then, he freaks everything out.
Yeah, you don't need to. You can't miss with 1,000 kilograms. That's some.
Well, he has over 1,000 points. He's just forced to fall back and freaked out, or killed for that matter. But that's going to be it. So, maybe not the easiest game to tactically talk about, but it's going to be the Allies taking the victory.
Yeah, and I was looking at the KD. Yeah, he already got pretty decent because of the computer stomp. But look at Brady, second infantry on a hill. He took tremendous losses.
Yeah, you know who was the deadliest player for the Germans? Luftwaffe.
Luftwaffe, yeah. I think he just... Luftwaffe on that map, on that position, was a real good counter against Brady. Also, Dr. KGB's artillery deployment compared to Brady's, and he managed to shut down Brady's major advantage, and that is the 105 howitzers and xylophones.
True, and I kind of wonder again how different it might have been had the artillery park for Brady been a little bit more dispersed, a little bit more, or a little bit less concentrated.
Yeah, he definitely could have had a better chances and more opportunities to counter Bowery, Dr. KGB. But I don't know, he just on that hill in that closed environment. I know it's pretty good for those Luftwaffe Jaegers, those French tanks where it's closer range, you don't have to worry about being sniped by big heavy tanks, and yeah. Just getting close, get your infantry in there, and eventually you'll take it.
Kind of shocking to think that those French tanks can actually do something, but we were proved wrong now, weren't we? At least I was proved wrong. I'm not going to maybe put that in your mouth.
In closer combat, they're not too bad because you can get them right on the front line, so you don't have to wait 5 minutes for them to get to the front line. You only have to wait 1 minute, which is much more durable. And just, I don't know, in that hill area where you don't have to worry too much about tanks, closer combat, those French tanks, even with just a single machine gun, if they kill half a rifle squad, just half, they pay themselves off. You really don't have to do much with a French tank or FT-17 to make it worthwhile.
Well, nobody expects much from the French. Yep. I hate to put it so harshly, but nobody expects a whole lot.
That's the German coming out in you.
That's true. Our little French cousins.
But nothing too crazy in terms of kills, losses, and the kill loss screen.
Very true. That's fair. But all right, any kind of last thoughts about this? Of course, definitely a massive scrum, a little bit later in terms of strategic analysis, but any last thoughts?
No, pretty good match, of course. Like once you said, it's a 3v3, it's a bit more chaotic. You know, when we do the 1v1 I'd definitely say we get much more in-depth. But it was a good match, though. Very fun fight over that hill in the southern sector, so definitely made it worthwhile.
I would agree with you completely. But folks, thank you so much for tuning on in to see this 3v3. A bit of an unholy trinity on both sides there, but nevertheless, hopefully we can bring you some more material like this coming up pretty darn soon.
Hopefully we can see the commandos in play.
That's exactly what I was going to make my next comment. I'd love to see those Brits coming on out, even if they get slaughtered.
I'm looking forward to see off-map artillery just happen for 5 minutes.
You know, there was somebody who made the comment.
Take a break and come back.
Oh, I'm sorry, but there was somebody who made the comment. They called it 200 points of confetti.
That's perfect. Holy crap!
Actually, Fusel made that observation. So
that's a perfect way to summarize Moratella COP. It's pretty confetti.
But let's table that for another time, and hopefully we can get another match with those guys on in there. I would say for now, this has been Con Ulrich.
And I'm Rangru. Take it easy.
Have a good day, folks.